Welcome back to MTG Burgeoning, your channel for all things magic. All right, MTG Burgeoning community. In our first Oathbreaker deck, you selected Garruk, Apex Predator. You selected the Finale of Devastation, and we completed that Golgari build. In Oathbreaker deck number 2, you selected Nicol, Bolas, God-Pharaoh. You selected Deliver Unto Evil, and we completed that Grixis build. What will be your choices for Oathbreaker deck number 3? Hello and what's up, MTG That is the MTG Burgeoning community. Here we are with another Build a Deck Tuesday series, and you are moments away from seeing the 5 build-around options for our third Oathbreaker deck. We are shuffling up our pool here of our 15 available Planeswalkers, and you, the community, will select the Oathbreaker that we build around again. And once we complete that step, you, the community, will select the signature spell for that Oathbreaker. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and number 5. 5 options. What are they going to be? As I mentioned in the opening, Oathbreaker deck 1 was a Golgari build. Oathbreaker deck number 2 was a Grixis build. What will Oathdecker 3 hold for us? That is up to the MTG Burgeoning community. So let's get right down to our options. Option number 1 for Oathbreaker number 3, it is Dariel, Rogue Shadow Mage. We're going mono black, folks. 2 and a black, it ETBs with 3 loyalty counters. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, if that player has 1 or fewer cards in hand, Dariel, Rogue Shadow Mage deals 2 damage to that player. We -1, and we have target player discard a card. Option number 1 for Oathbreaker deck number 3 is Dariel, Rogue Shadow Mage. Option number 2 is Narset of the Ancient Way. For 1, a blue, a red, and a white, she comes into play with 4 loyalty counters. To add a loyalty counter, we gain 2 life and add a blue, red, or white to our mana pool, which we can only spend to cast a non-creature spell. We can take off 2 loyalty counters to draw a card, and then we may discard a card. If we discard a non-land card this way, Narset of the Ancient Way deals damage to that card's... I'm sorry, let me try this again. Let's try reading this again. All right, so -2 for Narset's ability, we draw a card, and then we may discard a card. When we discard a non-land card, Narset deals damage equal to that card's mana value to target creature or planeswalker. And for her Big Bang of -6, we get an emblem which says whenever we cast a non-creature spell, this emblem deals 2 damage to any target. So every time we cast a spell, Narset's emblem is going to shock something. Narset of the Ancient Way and a potential Jeskai build is option number 2. Option number 3 is another mono black Oathbreaker, Liliana of the Dark Realms. 2 and 2 black. She comes with 3 loyalty counters. To +1, we search our library for a swamp card, reveal it, put it into our hand, and then we shuffle our library. -3, target creature gets +X/+X, or -X/-X until end of turn, where X is the number of swamps we control. If we're fortunate enough to execute her Big Bang ability of -6, we get an emblem that reads, swamps we control have tap, add 4 black to our mana pool. Liliana of the Dark Realms, you are front and center as option number 3. 2 mono black options and a Jeskai option. What do we have in the last 2? MTG we are about to find out. Option number 4, Ashiok Dream Render. Man, we are heavy with the black today, folks. We're going to have another Dimir option here. Ashiok comes into play with 5 loyalty counters. Spells and abilities our opponents control can't cause their controller to search their library. And we can take off a loyalty counter to have target player put the top 4 cards of their library into their graveyard, and then we exile each opponent's graveyard. Ashiok Dream Render as a Dimir Oathbreaker, you are the burgeoning community's option number 4 for our 3rd Oathbreaker deck. That brings us to our 5th and final option for the MTG BC, and that's going to be Freyalise Llanowar's Fury. So we have 3 different monocolored decks from which to choose, a Dimir build and a Jeskai. So Freyalise is an 3 and 2 green, and she comes into play with 3 loyalty counters. We put 2 loyalty counters on her, and we create a 1/1 green elf druid creature token with tap add a green to our mana pool. -2, we destroy target artifact or enchantment, and -6, we draw a card for each green creature we control. Freyalise, you are option number 5. And now, MTG Burgeoning Community, you are tasked with selecting our channel's 3rd Oathbreaker. Who will it be? Mono Black with Dariel? Jeskai with Narset of the Ancient Way? Mono Black with Liliana? Dimir with Ashiok? Or Mono Green with Freyalise? Leave your selection in the comment section below, and the Planeswalker who receives the most votes will become our channel's 3rd Oathbreaker. This is MTG Burgeoning, your channel for all things Magic.